What is up, YouTube? Back with a quick video here. This is a video I wanted to cover for quite a while, and this will be a video that will do two things. It will give you a little bit of information and knowledge that will be quite handy moving forward in your life in terms of health and fitness. And what it will also do is ease those who have a very critical mind or critical comparison of themselves when they compare themselves critically to, say, others online, like Instagram and stuff. What this topic is a topic around performance-enhancing drugs, specifically TRT. So recently, the whole TRT movement has been quite funny, because there was quite a lot of videos online where you get like an Instagram model. They look very, very impressive. They've worked quite hard, clearly. And the comments are curious to see, are you natural? Now, the reason why someone would be curious to ask why someone's natural in the first place is to see if what they've achieved is it obtainable to themselves, right? Could I achieve that physique or that level of performance without performance-enhancing drugs? And that's quite an important thing to know, because especially when you're very critical of yourself, sometimes you compare yourself to others and you say, what more could I be doing? You know, I'm working quite hard already. Why is it so difficult to achieve what I want to achieve right now? While there's others, it looks like they've done it very easy. So usually the reply, and the majority I've seen, and you've probably seen it yourself if you sort of look around, or if you're in the kind of algorithm of the fitness sphere, is the people respond with, yes, I'm natural, TRT. Now, TRT, what is TRT? TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. Testosterone replacement therapy. Now, that means it is a synthetic hormone being injected into your body, usually administered by your doctor at a dose that would bring you back up to levels of that of an average meal. Now, what is the dose of an average meal? An average meal per week would produce around about 40 to 49, I don't even know if they call it milliliters or deciliters, of testosterone in their body. That's what they would produce. Now, if a doctor's doing this for you, you would still be considered natural to some degree. Now, you're not natural in the sense that when you get to a certain age, the body naturally drops testosterone. Technically speaking, you could argue it's not biologically natural, but it's just bringing you back up to standard levels. Physique-wise, you're not going to notice some sort of massive, bodybuilder-like physique, but you're certainly going to notice the changes in terms of performance and lean body mass and everything like that. If you're someone that is administering TRT themselves, which is the vast majority of 80% out there, and I can tell you right now because I know individuals and friends who do it, they haven't been to a doctor to assess low testosterone, B, are administering it themselves, and C, are taking well over the levels. A standard amount of testosterone that you see people inject themselves on TRT is around about 100 a week. Now, I know there's people out there taking way more than that, but a standard level they say is about 100 a week, and that's their sort of claim, and they're very open about it. They say, I'm only taking 100 a week. That's it. 100 a week is over double the amount of an average meal. I've got news for you. You ready? You're on shit. You're on steroids. Testosterone is an anabolic and androgenic hormone. It is a steroid hormone. Now, that's double the amount of an average man. Now, couple that with the fact that before you went on the TRT, your body was already generating some form of testosterone, meaning you're probably close to about triple the amount of an average meal. So yes, you're on shit. And the people that say they're on TRT and they're natural, they're not. I compete in the natural bodybuilding federations, and I can tell you right now, things like TRT, even SARMs, is banned. You'll get disqualified. Now, they will monitor your levels. If you're, say, an individual's quite older and you're taking TRT administered by a doctor, they will check your blood levels to ensure that the levels are adequate average levels. But if they see any massive spikes, you're disqualified. You have to understand that TRT is now the new word for testosterone. It used to be that they called it testosterone, like a steroid. Now, to soften the blow, people use the word TRT. So when you see the word TRT online, and if you see someone with a ridiculous lean body mass and they're quite big, know that they're not natural. I'm 99.9% sure that they are consuming well above what a doctor would administer. So just have that kind of mindset when you do compare yourself to others. It's not comparable. It's nowhere near comparable. Performance enhancing drugs makes a tremendous difference, and actually sometimes at the output of minimal work, right? Now, there's some fantastic physiques that you do need to work hard on to get that. I'm not taking away the steroid guys that are insane work ethic, but there's a lot of physiques out there that it's like subpar average that are on TRT, and I'm telling you right now, the amount of muscle encouragement and production you will get and recovery on something as simple as testosterone is phenomenal. And you could be just doing like the bare minimum. You could be doing like kind of a circuit approach where you just blasting a bit of pump arms and stuff, nothing really sort of concrete program wise, and you will grow quite significantly. So that's TRT. I really wanted to get a video on this because it's so frustrating that the landscape in fitness has changed on this topic now. Everything is now the complete opposite. Everything is now, well, it's not testosterone, it's TRT. Oh, well, testosterone's natural, so, technically I'm natural. Well, so is growth hormone. The body produces that. But if someone was injecting growth hormone, we wouldn't say that's quite natural to me. Growth hormone makes quite a significant difference to the physique. Anyway, I've been Card from the Ox Den, bringing a bit more truth and a bit more sanity to this debate. I'll catch you next time.